My role in the investigation was as the prosecutor, the assistant U.S. attorney in the Eastern District of New York, and I was a member of the El Dorado Task Force. And Danny explained how he'd identified a store that was moving an extraordinary amount of money. Once I looked at the documents, it was obvious that Tella Austin, on its surface, was a regular money remitter store. But that was really a front. Tella Austin probably did 3% legitimate business, and the other 97% was running drug money through the store, sending it back to what we eventually came to know as the Norte Valle cartel.
Do you see how your U.S. government played the entire board? This is an example for you wannabe Tony Montanas out there. This is a complete example of how the U.S. government plays the board. They don't run out of money. They don't go out looking for you. They don't have time to wait and investigate and go overseas and do all this stuff or to look for you. You will make the mistake. You will make the mistake internally. You send the invitation for your own arraignment eventually. You put the feelers out there. You alert the authorities. You get on their radar by not keeping your operation efficient and tight. Did you hear what that lady just said? She worked for the U.S. government. She brung down a cartel. She didn't go, let me go over there, let me get in this circle, let me pretend to be this. No, she didn't do it. She's not a rat. You know what she is? She's a government official. That's her job. But how did she get alerted to it? She just told you. She just told you how she got alerted to it. Let me play this again. She just told you. It wasn't no little bird that came in their ear. They just checked the books. They checked the books. They checked the books.
U.S. attorney in the Eastern District of New York.
Listen.
And I was a member of the El Dorado Task Force. And Danny explained how he'd identified a store that was moving an extraordinary amount of money. Once I looked at the document.
Did you hear that? Her and her partners identified a store that was moving an enormous amount of money. Not drugs, not product, money. I keep telling people, money is the root of all evil. Of course, you have people who have addictions and addicted to alcohol, cigarettes, illegal substances. But it's the money really that gets them. I remember this cat told me, one of my neighbors told me, and he was, he was doing this thing. And he said, Mark, I'm allergic to the money. I said, that's not a good look. And we laughed it off. But what he was saying, just like I got people that I serve They're serving me as well. It's reciprocal. I'm giving them product and they're giving me the money. It's sad, man. So I tell all these people who look at Scarface and look at all these, Queen of the South, all these narco series and stuff like that. They're great series, by the way. Power and everything like that. Excellent programming. But look at the whole reality of those programs. Look at the death rate. Look at people getting slaughtered in the street. Look at the bullets flying in the public. You play that game, you better be playing for keeps. Because this is a dirty game. It's a dirty, dirty game. And you either can handle the whole weight or you can't. You get in it. You understand it's a business. Because like that lady, they find the smallest little thing to get at you. Now, she was in a task force, minding her own little business. And someone peeped out how much money this operation was moving. And then in the result of their operation and their investigation, the feds discovered that they was pushing through 60% of cocaine in New York City. That little store was contributing to 60% of all cocaine in New York City. America has an enormous drug appetite. So how do these drugs just get in like this? I've always said if Al Qaeda wanted to come and wreak havoc on the country, they'd come through Mexico. They just cut their hair and they got similar kind of look, cut their hair, blend in, and they right up in here. But the drugs, the drug flow, even look at the Griselda organization. The amount of cocaine that was coming in through Miami, LA, and Montreal. I couldn't even make this stuff up if you just read it. So, my whole question is there a war on drugs, or it's a war on certain people that's in the drug game, the small fish, the littles, as they say. There's a war on the people that's holding less than 3 grams. They get knocked. They're looking at what, 10 years? As opposed to someone pushing 60% of the cocaine in New York. You'll never see them again because guess what? They're not even in jail. Hell, Pablo Escobar had he built his own jail. He was having a ball. He was shipping in strippers, casino tables. Now we know all the politics that went on with that. And what's the other man? What's the other little dude? El Chapo. It's crazy out here to think that you have a war on drugs, but you're not. You knock off a couple people, but you ain't. It's just like weed. You can pull it out, but it's gonna grow back because it's sponsored internationally. Everybody got their hands in it. The Afghanistan war. Why are we still over there? Why? Got to control the poppy fields. A lot of people, a lot of soldiers are dying over there, but the real ones know what's going on. And it's just politics as usual. It's crazy, man. It's very crazy. The feds will stop at nothing to get their man. But that's all for show too, because all they want to do is get recommendations to a higher office, recommendations to get to Washington D.C. where the other crooks in suits are at. Trust me. D.C. has his own. D.C. it's really a trip. That city is really a trip. Do your research on it, man. Mm, mm, mm. 60% of the cocaine in New York City. And guess how they come upon that? But not the drug, the money. The money got their attention. Wasn't no drugs. Wasn't no bodies. Yeah, that's just something to put icing on the cake. It was the gotta grease these palms out here. Keep these jokers off your back. It's a dirty game, man. It's a dirty, dirty game. Alright, that's it for me. Ponder that though. Am I wrong? Let me know. Okay, I'm out. Have a good day.